and 10 years I was lost in the wilderness, I was lost. So from 2004 to 2014, 15, I was lost. I was struggled. I couldn't break the cycle. I was trapped in it. They talk about addiction being a progressive disease. So when I picked up again in say 2012, 2013, that addiction had grown, that the strength of the addiction had grown, and it was progressive, and it was stronger than it was ever been, because all it needed was to unleash the beast. And so I really struggled to get clean. I'd do 4 years and I'd get out, and I'd be out for 8 months. I'd get pinched again. I'd do another 4 years. And then I think it took me about, another 12 years to get back on track. And it was, Julia Gillard, the best prime minister this country's ever seen, had the balls to take on the pedophiles, and she introduced the Royal Commission on Institutional Responses to Child Sexual Abuse, and it changed my life. It was
You completely turned your life around 360
because of it. And I'm so grateful for Julia Gillard. She's got her critics, but none of them had the balls to do what she did, and she took on pedophiles in particular. And it really, and I'm forever grateful to her for doing that. And it changed my life. It was the first time that someone ever said to me they believed me about the abuse. Just a quick rundown. I was in a world of pain. I went to commit suicide. I planned to do it. Didn't pan out that way. I flicked on the TV, and here it is, the Royal Commission on Institutional Responses to Child Sexual Abuse and 7:30 report, one of my favourite current affair shows. And it was there and then that I said, I'm taking a chance. So I wrote a page about the abuse that happened, put it in an envelope, got the address, and stood at that letterbox for 5 minutes going bang, yeah, nah, yeah, nah, yeah, nah. And by letting that letter go into that letterbox that day, I threw in the towel. I'd had enough. Yeah. I quit. I was beaten. And and the fight was over. I guess that's the best time I've explained that. Yeah. And the fight was over, and the healing began. I was caught out by the Royal Commission, and the first thing I remember, the woman's name. Her name was Marcel Burford. I'll never forget her name. And she goes, Russell, we believe you. We believe what happened to you. And we talked about what happened. I was in tears, or emotional. It was the first time I really got to talk about it. And then they said, they said, there's someone else here who wants to see her. And I thought, who? And that was a trauma counsellor who I'd done trauma counselling for 4 years with, that one person. And we, I never seen her face to face. I only just seen her. I had imagined some days I think she was big and fat. Some days I think she was, tiny and skinny. But all I knew that she had a soothing voice, and she had the answers for me, and she had the tools for me to rebuild my motor and my life. And she gave me the pill, and she handed me every different spanner there was, and we worked, and screwdrivers and fucking wrenches, and we worked really hard together, and it changed my life, and there's a part of this story that needs to be told, and it's like, I was in a prison yard, and in the prison yard there's 2 telephones. So you've got 60 blokes walking up and down, knowing what everyone's talking about on their phones, and so I'm talking to the Royal Commission in terminologies that sound like I'm talking to the police, and that will get you killed in prison, And I could see a couple of people in the background, in the shadows, sort of whispering and everything. I can pick up a vibe. I read what's going on. So I called a yard meeting, 60 blokes, and I said, listen, I'm not talking to the police. I want that to be fully known. I'm not talking to the police. I said, I'm talking to Royal Commission about the abuse I suffered as a child, because I want to heal from it. I said, the big point, I said, I don't like a lot of you people. I said, I don't want to live with this for the rest of my life. I just want to heal from this and move on, 65 blokes started clapping, fucking wow, how powerful. Even as prison officers pulled me up and said, fuck, that could have went wrong for you. And I said, yeah, well, it didn't. And so many people come and disclose for the first time about the abuse that happened to them, and they wanted to know how I was doing my healing journey. And I guess, my organisation was born from that one speech. I had the ability to articulate and the strength to talk about what had happened to me and inspire other people and feel safe and create a trauma-informed platform for these people to talk about. I haven't got degrees or anything like that, but people tell to me these days, they go, Russell's a trauma expert through lived experience, you know, and I like that tag. I had a tag put on me recently, Russell's a healer, and I went, fucking what? I don't know about that. And they said, well, how many clients you got? I said, 20,000. They said, fucking, you're a healer. You've created, whether, you know, you've created a platform for people to heal. So you're a healer, cop the tag. And I like it. I like that tag. You know, I'm not big on tags. People have it. I don't, you know, we talk, I'd rather be known as Russell a healer than Russell a bank robber. And I think the more and more work I do in this space, the more and more that's, oh, Russell used to be a bank robber, but Russell's a healer now. And I think the more and more that's sort of apt, you know, and I like it. I like it because Russell's a contributor.